Hi friends, it's Liz here. So today I thought I would show you something I've been working on for a little while. I have been working on this tab binding book/journal for quite a bit actually. When I had leftover bits of something or other, I would put this together. And I'm going to show you what I've done, and then we will be putting one together. Hopefully you'll get some inspiration. Now, this is not my original idea. There's been many amazing creatives sharing their various ideas on how to make one. Originally, I think I saw Suzy at Shabby Soul, yes, that she showed a tab binding technique similar to this one. However, I have taken some classes before. Amity Bloom, I think, did one a long time ago. And there's another creative that I also took a class. I'm forgetting the name. She showed tab binding with the fabric as well. So as I said, I've been inspired by so many amazing creatives. I'll try and link some videos if I remember to do so you can find some more inspiration. But I thought I would show you what I've done. And then I thought I would show you how I'm putting one together. Now, I'm hoping to make a few of the pieces with you today. So I guess we'll call them pages so that you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. I'll show you what I've used. For example, this little pocket here, I made it with a tea bag that I recently received a haul from Temu. I have coupon codes for anything I'm going to try and link for you in the description box below. And if not, at least I'll have a link where you could find some of the items. If you have any questions, of course, leave a comment below and I'll try and find either a link or a coupon code for you to use if you decide to purchase anything. So you can see here, I just have a variety of pages, I'm going to call them, that I've added different elements to, and it's been so much fun gathering pieces to put one together. I've made similar projects before with scrappy leftover bits, not tab bound that I have shown you, but definitely different ones that we have bound without stitching, without sewing, that sort of thing. So I will link videos in the description box below if you're interested in checking more out. If you are new to my channel, I share a lot of tutorials, craft with me videos, and I try and as much as possible give you step-by-step process of how I make certain things. If there's anything that you would like to see, definitely let me know. Leave a comment below and I'll see if I can help you in any way I can. Now you can see in this tab bound book journal, I've added lots of different pockets and tuck spots and areas that you can flip and find more hidden things into. I love that type of project, especially when you can reuse and repurpose things that you may already have in your stash. So let's get started. Let me show you some of the pages that we'll be putting together. I'll try and give you as much detail as possible on what I've done, but I'm also going to try and keep the video a little short. So hopefully you can get an idea of how to put one together and make one with me. To get started, I am going to be using some items, as I mentioned, that I already have. One of the items that I used for the page is a coin envelope. So I'm going to be using one of these. I will also be linking a video in the description box below where I show you how to make coin envelopes if you don't have one. I'm just showing you here also that I'll be using some of my own printables in the project because it's just easier for me to not have to remember if I've used someone else's work. However, if I do have any other creatives work that I show you, I will try and also link that below. So as I mentioned, I'll be showing you previous projects of, things that we've made. For example, the coin envelope. You can make one any size of coin envelope, and I will link that tutorial I did a few years back as well. If you wanted to purchase any of my printables, I will link them below. I've moved them all to my coffee shop, so you can find them there if you are interested. And I thank you so much for your support. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use this envelope upside down. So instead of, the usual way, I'll be using the flap as a pocket at the bottom, and then I'm going to cut the top to make a top pocket. This way I don't have that, flippy part at the top of my page, and then I can just use it as a tuck spot or a pocket at the top like this. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'll cover it up with this printable as I mentioned, since I happen to already have it. I'll cover this thing up and then I'll show you how I'm going to be adding a couple of more pockets to it. And it is so fun and easy to do. Again, I'm just hoping to use up bits and pieces that I have. So I've gone ahead and covered it up. I've made the pocket at the bottom. This is the back of the coin envelope, and I'm just using this coffee stained piece of paper that has a little bit of stitching on it, and I'll be making another pocket with this and a flip out. So I did want to have an interactive piece to this project, and it's like the same one that I showed you in one of the pages when I did the flip through at the beginning. As I'm doing this, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. I hope you check out my other tutorials if you haven't seen them before, or if you're new to my channel. And those of you coming back, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. As I mentioned, I will be using some items I received in a haul recently from, I believe, Temu. I have a coupon code for them as well. I've seen many of my favorite creatives do a haul for them, and I thought I would give them a try. So I'm actually quite happy with the items I received. So here you see I've just added glue to 3 sections of this back of this paper to make a top pocket. This will be the piece that flips out, and so you can see there's a pocket there now. So I'll be covering this up to make it, to decorate a little bit, but I'll leave the inside empty, so if I wanted to journal, I could. So covering it up, I thought I would add a pocket to the front, and all I'm going to do is add this piece of label here that I was kind of going through my labels. These happen to be from Digital Collage Club. I have a coupon code for them as well if you're interested, and many projects sharing what I've done with their lovely digitals. So I just backed this piece with a piece of book page so I could just reinforce it a little bit, and now we've got that tuck spot there on the side, the one on the back, the pocket on the top, and I think I might add a tab to this to show that it is a flip out or an interactive piece in a little bit, but I'll show you when I do that in a minute. The next thing I'm going to show you, which I'm really happy with, is that next page that I'm going to be either stamping on, and I'll also be using this tea bag with. I love the color of the tea bag as well, and that's why I kind of wanted to use it. I'll be using this tag as a page and also covering it up to make pockets. I will also link anything below that I have found similar to the pieces I'm showing you. This is another piece of my printables. This is, I think, my most recent printable that I've shared with you. And I've got pieces that, of course, I want to use up and cover, pages with at this point in the project. So I'm going to show you, I've just covered it up, and I'm going to show you how I'm adding this tea bag to it. The first thing I'm doing is I'm going to put a pocket, or sorry, a tag inside the bag. Because I'll be using glue to attach it, I don't want the bag to fully close. You'll see what I mean in a minute. The glue actually would seep right through because it's a very thin piece of paper. So I've decided to do that first. I will be adding my little stamp to the front, and I believe this is a stamp I got from my friend Beth Wallen. Thank you, Beth, if you're watching. I absolutely love birds, and I thought this was just a perfect stamp to add to this piece because, again, it's on that tea bag, and I just kind of wanted to have a little design on the tea bag that I'm using here. And like I said, I'll have everything linked below. If I happen to find anything on Amazon as well, because I know some of you prefer that, I will also try and link those below. So now I'll be adding the glue that I mentioned. I'm hoping to make this a belly band, and also, of course, use the pocket of the tea bag that it already has. And I think this is going to work out really well. So you can see I'm just adding glue to the two sides of the tea bag on either side. I still have my tag inside so that I don't glue the tea bag closed while I'm doing this. And I think it turns out so nice because now I've got my little tea bag with the stamp on it. I can stick a tag inside. It's going to be a different tag that I'll be sticking in for sure, but for for the purposes of gluing it, that's what I've done. And then I'll have my little belly band as well. Now, I think the fun part of a tab bound book is actually how you attach them together. You can attach them with paper tabs, with washi tabs, with fabric tabs. Really, there's so much we can do. I haven't quite decided what I'll be using for this project, but I'll let you know very soon. And like I said, I'm hoping to show you the rest of the pieces maybe that I've made, so you can just get an idea how to put it together. And then I'll also let you know what I've used to make the pieces. So you can see now I have a pocket here. I've got my belly band and my tea bag pocket on the back. And then we've got this one that we just made with all the pockets and flips. This is the stamp that I use. I don't think I'll find a link to it, but just in case you do, that's the one I've used. And yeah, I can't wait to show you more of the project. So to speed up the video a little bit, I'm going to show you the pieces that I added that we will be binding together because they're pretty easy to put together. This is just a mini file folder. Again, I've collaged and decorated. I've got a pocket on the back. I've actually closed the little file folder so that it becomes a pocket, and the pocket would be right there. So this is going to be the cover. I figured, you wouldn't need to see me decorating all this. I did add a sticker, a couple stickers actually, one of them from, I believe, a Stationery Pal haul that I did a little while back. This is the one we made together. Remember, we have a pocket on one side here, the pocket inside the envelope, and then we made this flip out. I did add this little tab to show that, there's like interactive piece to that one there. This other pocket I just made with half an envelope actually. I just covered the envelope, and I think I might add another pocket at some point. You saw us make this one, the little tea bag. And so there's the pocket in the back of this one. And then this one is a larger file folder. And again, I covered it with my printables. It's the collage printables, and I will link all that below. I made a pocket on the front of this one. And then on the inside, I've got a little pocket here with some pieces. And then I made like a flip out that kind of was an envelope, but then I decided to add it as a flip out. Again, all using my printables. So this is going to be the back. And then we've got our pieces that we put together. Now, for the tab binding that I'm going to show you, we need even pages, so even number of pages. So for this one, I have 6. You could do more, of course, or you could do less. But I think that this works nicely. And I like how the files kind of look in the project here. So this one happens to be from a Tim Holtz collection that I have. I did die cut a bunch of them out, and so I wanted to use them, and of course I used that in this project, and I think it's super adorable. A tiny little file folder. And then what I'm going to use, an additional piece here. I forgot that, as I said, we needed even pockets, and I forgot to show you this one. This again is just pockets that I collaged onto this paper, a little bit of stitching, and now I've got all my even pages, as you can see here. So I ended up with 6 pages instead of the 5 that I showed you before. And you can use anything you have. I happen to be making a lot of ephemera recently, and so I just decided to bind some of my favorite pieces together, and of course the ones that we made in the video. If you do want to see a specific one, let me know, leave a comment below, and I'll come back and show you how I put that piece together. Now, to bind this, I mentioned you could use fabric, you could use tape, you could use paper. I decided to use this fabric washi tape that I've had for such a long time. If I happen to have a link, I will link that below. I love the fabric feel of this tape, and also the fact that, you know, there's different designs as well, just like regular washi tape. But I think I'm going to go with this floral one because it sort of goes with the project a little bit more. So again, this is the back page, and I forgot to mention how I did this large file folder is I used this one as a template, and this is, I believe, a set from a Tim Holtz collection. So I decided to sort of use a similar size of it just to see where I would do my cutting and all that and folding and everything. So that worked out really well. So if you happen to have that collection, I kind of use it as a template as well. All right, so to start with, you'll need to cut out 3 pieces of your, whatever you're using, tape, fabric, washi tape, and you'll need to attach the 3 pieces to your front of your cover of whatever album you've made. So you can see I'm just going to select where I'm going to put it. Now I want to start with 3 pieces, and I'm just going to put them spaced out because I will be attaching the other pages to it. So you see here I've spaced them out. This will be my second page, and so I'm just trying to eyeball where my other washi, or I should say fabric washi tape, will go. And so this is the layout that I want for it. And again, I'm adding the other 2 pieces now to the next page. And if you just see the process, you'll see how easy this is to put together. Also, as I mentioned, there are many tutorials showing you how to do this type of binding. So if there is one that I can remember, I will show it to you as well. I will link it below. So here you can see I am just placing the 2 pieces sort of staggered between the other. So you see 3 there. You flip your page over, and the way we attach it is with the first 3 pieces that we put on our page. So you'll see this in a minute. This was the first one we had on the cover page, and you're just folding it over. Now what I like about this fabric washi tape is that I'll be able to maybe add glue when I'm 100% sure this is where I want the tab to be, and then it will be permanent, and it feels really nice as well because it's fabric. So this is now, we are on to our next page, and again I'm going to select where I want the washi tape to go, and we need 3 pieces on this one. So basically, to attach your pages, you will start with 3 pieces of whatever your binding is. The next page will have 2. The third page will have 3. You flip that page on top of the one that you just finished, and then you continue attaching it this way. And you can see how easy this is to put together once you start. I move on to my next page, and I'm trying to decide which side of the page I want facing up. And I think I can't do this side because I want that tea bag to actually have access to the pocket. So I'm going to attach it this way. And again, I'll need 2 pieces this time. And I'll show you again how to put this together. So this is the fun part about this project. You can take any ephemera that you have, you know, line it up together, see how it fits into a mini album journal, and then decide, you know, where your pages are going to be, and then just attach them. And some people like to add the washi tape before they decorate their page. I like to just have my ephemera ready and then attach it this way because it feels more eclectic and sort of just more like, you know, I didn't plan it too well, and I kind of like that as well because it's just a nice different look. So here we go. I'm attaching this page, again attaching the strips to the back. Now this is going to cover my tea bag a little bit, but that's okay. And then we've got our last one there, and I'm going to fix this in a little bit. Now anything that I haven't attached, you know, straight, I will fix it in a bit, but for time's sake I just want to show you how we're adding the pieces. And this is the last page that I showed you that will have me being able to have even pages in my work. And again, I've attached my 3 pieces. I'm flipping it over and attaching the rest. Now this back image on this page is also from one of my kits, my collage kits. And again, that is all going to be linked below. I actually noticed that Tim Holtz has a collection of ephemera, and it includes the same piece that I have on this image. So I thought that was really fun because now I have like extra. Because I had already added that to my digital a while back. and that is images from the collections that you can get online that are free to use, and there's no that you can use them without having any problems. So this is our last page, and I forgot to mention, you don't add washi tape to the last page, you just flip it over and attach it with your binding. So the last page, whatever that's going to be, you don't need to add any washi tape to that. You're just flipping it over on top of your last one that you added tape to, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this quick project, my friends. Thank you for joining me. I will have links to what I've used in the description box below, but if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for stopping by.